Okay, today I want to show you about BBlocks. He's a fairly big YouTuber with around 2 million subscribers, and he has a unique but not unique skin at all. It's like a 2013 Gamer Boy skin. And I built it, and I thought it came out really nice, so I'm here to make a tutorial. It's also been requested a bit. Anyways, the blocks you need are white concrete, white powder, white wool, cyan terracotta, mushroom, black concrete, black powder, clay block, light blue concrete, brown terracotta, brown concrete, brown wool, brown powder, and string or barrier block adds the first string. Okay, that's all the blocks you need, so pause down and grab all of them. Okay, the first 9 blocks you need is your white concrete to your light blue concrete, so grab that now. And once done, start off, get your white wool, and just go 8 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On top of that, go a full row of cyan terracotta. Go up 1 cyan terracotta in each end. And then go in 2 white powder from each end. And then place 2 cyan terracotta between those 2 white powders. On top of each white powder, place 1 cyan terracotta. And in the 4 gaps, place mushroom. Just like so. Okay, for the next 8 rows, fill it up with black powder. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let me just make sure. 1, 3, 4, yeah. That's the front, the BBlocks legs done. You probably don't need to pause. Okay, and move on the side. Get your white wool and go across 3. Then go across 2 rows of cyan terracotta, then a row of mushroom, and then 8 rows of black powder, just like so. His legs are fairly simple, but they look nice, just like so. And the same for the opposite side of the legs. Go across 1 row of white wool, then 2 rows of cyan terracotta, then 1 row of mushroom, and then 8 rows of black powder, just like so. Okay. And now on the back side of his legs is the same thing. Go all the way across with your white wool, 6 blocks, then 2 rows of cyan terracotta, then 1 row of mushroom, and then fill the rest all the way up with black powder. Same pattern, simplistic, but it gets the job done and it looks nice. Probably because the black powder has like the texture in it. Anyways, with that, BBlocks legs are done. We can move on to his torso. Start off, get your white concrete, and any corner, doesn't matter which, make sure it's on the front. Go up 12 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now on the opposite corner, go up 12 blocks of white concrete as well. Just like so. Okay, on top of those corners, go into white concrete. Then connect the 2 with 2 mushroom blocks like so. Under both mushroom blocks, place 1 white concrete. To the left, go down 3 black concrete, and on the right, go down 4 black concrete, like so. Under each black concrete, place 1 clay block. Once done, you can drop your clay. Okay. On the columns of the white concretes at the ends, go all the way up with white powder next, just like so. Okay. Now in the 4 middle rows, fill it all the way with white wool except for the last row right here. Just like so. So it's filled all the way up to the tippy top, except for the last row. And on the last row, just place white powder. And it should look like that. Okay, next for the arms, get your mushroom, and pop it out 4, and go in 3 for both arms. Just like so. Pop out 4, and go in 3. Just like so. Okay. And once again on the arms, wrap around another row of mushroom for both of them, because his arms are a bit thick. And then on top of the mushroom, wrap around a row of black concrete on top of that. Just like so, and just like so. Once done, you can drop your black concrete. Next, on the row of the hand closest to the body, go all the way up the top with white concrete for both arms. Just like so. Okay? And then going out towards the arms on the top, go out 3 white concrete. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, next on the row, on the column closest to the white concrete, go all the way up with your white powder for both sides, just like so. Okay, next with your white wool for the next 2 columns on both arms, go all the way up except for the last row and fill it in, just like so. Okay, and on the other arm as well, go all the way up except for the last row. It should look like this. And now with those 4 gaps filled in with white powder, just like so. With that, the front of BBlocks is done. Pause if you need to. Okay, the sides of his arms are pretty simple. Just go all the way around, just like match each block. So go all the way up with the white wool until the white wool ends, and then go up with the white powder, and then with the white concrete, just like so. And it looks just like that. Same for the opposite side. Go all the way up with the white wool 3 times, just like so. Then go across to your white powder and your white concrete. Okay. And now for the back, it's the same design as the front, except the little top up here is a bit different. So on the corners where the body touches the arms, go all the way up to the max height with your white concrete, just like so. Okay. And now on the top layer, get your white concrete and connect it all the way across, just like so. Now on the first row of the arm, a column of the arm that touches the body, go all the way up with the max height with your white concrete as well. Okay. Inside the body, the closest column next to the white concrete, go all the way up to max height with the white powder. And do the same for the arms as well, max height with the white powder. Just like so. Okay. Go to the arms and fill the white wool all the way up to the last row, then stop and place the white powder on top of it. Just like so. White wool all the way to the top, then stop and place the white powder on top of it. The middle is the same for the white wool all the way up except the last row, and then place white powder on top of it. So 4 columns of white wool to almost max height that we have in this gap. And then the last row is all white powder. Just like so. Okay, next to the shoulder blades, it's all white concrete, so fill that in. 2 rows of 3, simple as is. Just like so. Okay, once done, you can drop your white concrete in the white powder. Also your cyan terracotta and your black powder. Don't mind the slow falling blocks, those don't matter. You just grab every block in your inventory now and just organize them like this. Okay, start off, make the Roman numeral 1 with your mushroom on the front of his head, just like so. Now show the Roman numeral 1 by filling in the front row all the way with mushroom. Okay, go to the side of the head, go across 1 row just like that. On the far right, go up 1. On the far left, make a corner piece like that, giving it this weird, I don't even know what symbol this would be. I just do the same for the other side. Go across the full row, go up 1 on the far left end, and on the far right end, make a corner piece like so. Okay, on the front of the face, get your mushroom and go all the way across another row. Then the middle 2 blocks, make a square. On the far right block on top of it, go up 1 and go out 1 on the right, just like so. Once done, you can drop your mushroom. Get your light blue concrete and the block closest to the square, go up 2. Like so. Once done, you can drop that. Next, get your white wool and go up 2 next to both light blue concretes, like so. And once done, you can drop that. Okay. Next, get your brown concrete, and next to the white wool, place 1 on both sides. Okay. Then place a brown wool on top of both of them. And on top of each brown wool, place a brown concrete. And on top of each brown concrete, go up 2 brown terracotta. Okay, we're going to start from the left side this time. Get your string or bear block and place it right on the side of his left, on top of his right eye, like so. Once done, you drop that, and place a brown powder on top of that. To the right of that, place a brown terracotta, then a brown wool. On top of the brown terracotta, place a brown concrete. To the right of that, place a brown powder, and to the right of that, place 2 brown wool. On top of brown powder, place a brown wool, and to the right of that, place a brown concrete, giving him this simple 3D hair detail. Okay, on his left eye, go up 2 brown powder, not popped out, just like so. brown wool on top of that, and brown concrete to the left. On top of the brown concrete or brown powder, place brown terracotta. To the left of that, place 2 brown concrete, then a brown terracotta, then a brown concrete on both sides of the brown terracotta. Go behind where the brown powder is, popped out, place a placement block, then a brown powder, and then a brown wool, just like so. With that, the front of BBlocks is done. Pause if you need to. Okay, and now we can move on to the left side of his head. And for his head, we're going to go left to right for this side of the head. And then for the other side, we're going to go right to left, and then for the back of the head, we're going to go left to right. Okay? To start off, 3 brown terracottas, then 1 brown concrete, then 1 brown terracotta. Next row, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool, 2 brown terracotta. Next row, 1 brown wool, 1 brown powder, 1 brown wool, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool. Next row, 1 brown wool, 1 brown powder, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool, 1 brown powder, 1 brown wool, 1 brown powder. Next row, 1 brown wool, 1 brown powder, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool, 1 brown powder, 1 brown wool, 1 brown concrete. Next row, 2 brown wool, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool, 2 brown concrete. Next row, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool, 2 brown terracotta, 2 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta. Next row, 2 brown concrete, 2 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 2 brown terracotta. Okay, that's the side of his head done. Pause if you need to. Okay, let's do the other side of his head. Once again, left to right until, yeah, left to right. Okay, start off 1 brown terracotta, 2 brown concrete, 1 brown wool, 1 brown terracotta. Next row, 1 brown terracotta, 2 brown wool, 1 brown terracotta. Next row, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown powder, 2 brown wool, 1 brown concrete. Next row, 1 brown powder, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta, 3 brown powder, 1 brown wool. Next row, 2 brown wool, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown powder, 1 brown wool, 1 brown powder, 1 brown wool. Next row, 1 brown powder, 2 brown wool, 1 brown concrete, 2 brown wool, 1 brown concrete. Next row, 6 brown wool, 1 brown concrete. Next row, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 2 brown terracotta. That's the side of his head done. Pause if you need to. Okay, let's do the underneath of the back of the head first. Start off, we're gonna go left to right. 1 brown wool, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool, 2 brown concrete, 1 brown wool. Just like so. Okay, and to finish off with the back of his head, and then with the top of the skull. Left to right, remember. 3 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 2 brown terracotta. Next row, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool. Next row, 1 brown wool, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool, 1 brown powder, 2 brown wool. Next row, 1 brown powder, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool, 1 brown powder, 1 brown wool, 1 brown powder. Next row, 1 brown powder, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool, 1 brown powder, 1 brown wool, 1 brown powder. Next row, 1 brown powder, 2 brown concrete, 1 brown wool, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool. Next row, 1 brown wool, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool. Next row, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta. That's the back of his head done. Pause if you need to. Okay, and now we can move on to the top of his skull. We'll be starting from the back, left to right, all the way to the front of the head. Okay? Start off, 1 brown terracotta, 2 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool. Next row, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool. Next row, 1 brown wool, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta, 3 brown concrete. Next row, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 2 brown terracotta. Next row, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown terracotta, 2 brown concrete. Next row, 1 brown terracotta, 2 brown wool, 2 brown concrete, and 1 brown wool. That's the top of his head done. Pause if you need to. Okay, with that, BBlocks is done. This was requested, and I think I did a good job at building him. If you have more Minecraft skins or you told me to do, I can do it, or at least I can try.